Put your hands together for ACHG Production.
We're ready.
Yeah.
We're ready. Good afternoon, ACHG Production, reaching for the doggone sky. Just getting ready to have a good time in the night time. Are you ready? Mama, sister, brother.
Let me give you some good advice.
Tears her apart, they was just a floating. There's a man
On aboard, for this stagecoach is about to move out. It is for everyone that has potential and would love to be a superstar. Yeah, buddy, this stagecoach is leaving for Fun Timesville, and the Lord God is your driver.
As you can see, we are all over the Low Country. We are now in Hampton Park. If you want to be a guest on the show, call us at 843-200-4487. If you've got talent, you need to email arthur.chisholm@AT&T.net. You can go to Facebook and Facebook Arthur Chisholm, and that's Arthur Chisholm. He'll be riding a white horse. Or you can visit us at www.tifm.ws.
Good afternoon and welcome to the AC Fun Time Superstar. My name is AC and my co-host is Elder Colleytown. Each week what we'd like to do is come to you and talk about us. Before we go that, I would just like to say to you that this particular week is a youth program. I'd like to ask a question. Why are we tearing each other down? And I'm guilty of some of the same things that I'm going to ask you. I say that we get together sometimes and we're just having fun. Sometimes we are joking and jesting and we say things that we shouldn't say about each other. We don't really mean any harm. And then the other times that we get in a crowd of people and someone comes and pick you for information. Now, they take the information that you gave them and their intention is to tear you down. Now, you're not the problem. Your friend is not the problem, but that enemy that come to pick you to get information to destroy you, she is the problem. But what we need to learn to do is come together, pull together, and to decide what is it that we like to accomplish and where do we want to go in life and what are the 5 things, I said 5s, could be more for you, but what are the important things in your life? What's important to you? And if you would focus on the things that is important to you, it will get you in the position that you will stay away from negative energy. Now, another thing, sometimes perception. Someone else's perception of you is not necessarily correct. And they feel that they are on point and they mean well and they feel like they are helping other people by informing them of your ways, your habits, but they are not right and they are not a point. But listen, check this out. The very same thing that Henry accused you of, he's probably guilty of the same thing. Now, he may not be guilty of talking about you or other people, but I bet you John Henry is guilty about doing something. And what we need to do is stop judging people. Elder Colleytown, what we want to call this is our point of view. And I'd like to turn to Elder Colleytown. And Elder Colleytown, what would you have today that will put people in the position to really think about who they are, what they want to do, and what they want to accomplish, and start something going into their minds as that can move forward?
And that's exactly what has to happen. We have to connect to our purpose. Firstly, we have to connect and find what our purpose is, connect to that purpose, and don't allow other people's perception of you to tell you who you are. You have to seek ye and ye shall find. And I always say to a lot of, my most loved scripture is, so a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. Get your heart straight. And when your heart is straight, you can talk to other people in a way that is humane. Sometimes we forget who the other person is. We think that they're not human beings, so we want to treat them a certain way. But we are all children of God, and God has given each one of us a gift. So we need to focus on the gift. Actually, we are the gift that God has given us. So we have to look at each other as the gift from God.
But as a lot of times, you notice someone in the community will start doing something positive, and there's always somebody complaining. They don't know what they're doing. Well, have you tried it? Did you thought about doing what they're doing? And if you have, then why don't you come and get involved with the guy that's doing what you're talking about? Why can't we all get together and collectively work together to improve our community, improve our family, and stop tearing each other down? This has been Arthur Chisholm.
This is Elder Carly Town.
With our point of view. Keep in mind, this is the youth program. And again, you could be anything that you want to be. If you put your mind to it, stick to it. And at the end of the show, please don't forget to stay tuned for the clips from the play
Gullah Geechee Conversation, Just Want to Testify.
And we'll see you on the other side. And stay tuned because we've got a dynamite show lined up for you. And don't forget the castor oil and honey. Check this, is coming up for you.
Listen up, everybody. Words. We need our edjo, got to get our edjo, therefore I know, because it's the only way for us to go. It's what we need to say we succeed in a part of our life, so listen up and take heed. It's all right to read, so I grabbed the book, took the look, and now I'm hooked on the power by the hour. Check out the time, you're lost, where's the source? I guess the mind, but you don't see because you're falling way behind. You're out of line figuring you got lots of time. You're blind to the fact, black, trying to be a Mac that don't know how to act, so your school don't want you back. Don't be a fool, so want you stay in school because it's cool, and to remember that it's the most important rule. So listen everyone, because now is the fun where I'm from to be a kid who is labeled as a dumb one. We need our edjo, got to get our edjo, therefore I know, because it's the only way for us to go. We need our edjo, got to get our edjo, therefore I know, because it's the only way for us to go. So why should you fake the flunk? You just a flunky that flunked knowing your friends knew that you flunked. You play your cool even though you cut school, but you was a fool because you forgot the golden rule, and that's knowledge. Elevate the mind, but you're blind and be behind, got you thinking from time to time that you can make it, but only if you had a chance. The more you think, your feeling sinks in your mind and hands about the way that it could be. The people who could see would see, so now that your mind can be so free, because it's about time you unwind the bind, maintain the line, but leave your troubles and pain behind. Why not make a brand new start, give it all you got, because knowledge is the key, your soul plus heart. So get it together, never say never. Whenever the time comes, my brothers and sisters, just know you better be prepared and also aware, because the time is near, plus it's up to you to care. So think hard, for life is not a joke. I seen plenty of minds blown up in smoke, so stop playing and fooling around and just go straight to all you class clowns. Get your education.
Today we're having contests between our Colleton County All-Star Football League against the Bluffton Bulldogs Football League. Today is also Parent Day for the Colleton County All-Stars, and so far we've had the Dynamites and the Pee Wee Leagues play, and currently right now, so far we've had the Dynamites and the Small Fry Leagues play. Right now we have our Pee Wee game going on, where the score is with 1 minute left in the first quarter. It's tied 0-0. We have all of our parents coming out today and enjoying the festivities with us, and we're also happy to have our guests from Bluffton enjoying the festivities with us. And it's going to be a great day because the sun is out wonderfully, shining wonderfully, and everything is going great.
We'll be right back. We're going to serve you, and you tell me whether it was castor oil or honey. See you on the other side. Be right back.
Visualizing the real living of life. My days of growing up on the hilltop was real wild. Getting in trouble with cops was senile. I just couldn't see how we got away. Couldn't play on days we got caught though. In the backseat with 5-0, wondering if my pops know. I really didn't care back then, cause it was too late. Those are the days I do hate. Now I got my mind straight. When I reminisce of these old days, these old ways, life is kinda crazy. A puzzle, some type of maze to put your mind on phase. Seeing life and not care. Wanting to do right, but then again, life is not fair. Yeah, those the days when my ways was just chilling, cooling out, fulfilling the dreams that kept me willing to strive. I wanted more, my mind wasn't sure. These troubles I couldn't ignore, so my brain began to soar. Hard times started arriving, things began to change. I learned life was a struggle along with the pain. That pressure comes and goes, but sometimes it stays. What goes around comes around, so never forget your ways. Now those are the days when my mind was like a puzzle. From doing what I was doing, destined to fight the struggle. The faith that kept me scribing, hard times of surviving, kept me open and scoping, hoping soon this would be clearer. Times are getting short towards these days, we call it nearer, closer and closer, and still a world full of sadness. Wishing for peace, violence to cease, about stopping these madness. Peace, I'm out. And this is Melvin and AC.
All jokes aside, we've got a dynamite, and you know that. Every week we got a dynamite show lined up for you. We work hard because we love you. Elder Carly Town, tell them about the castor oil, because you got to get the castor oil. And honey.
Yeah, the castor oil is all the good information about the community that empowers the community. And the honey is a sweet tang. It's the clean fun and entertainment. And
You can't get one without the other. She trying to you. You can't get one without the other. Just like when I was a little boy, my mama used to give me castor oil. I wouldn't take it, but she put honey in it, and it was sweet. Then I would take it, and then when it got down in my stomach, I didn't want it again. But it was too late. I was gonna get well. The next day, I'm not sick anymore. Well, that's what we do. We give you castor oil, but we put honey in it. The honey is the sweet thing, entertainment. And then you get a renewed mind. So look at here. We're going to do this for you. What we're going to do now, we want to take a break. We'll be right back. But now you tell us whether this is castor oil or was it honey. See you when we get back. Good afternoon and welcome to the AC Fun Time Superstar. My name is AC and I'm sitting here on this Poach Catholic Hill historical town. I raised up in this area, the neck of the woods, as we would say it back in the old days. Herbert Brown. We grew up together in Hendersonville. Herbert, tell me something about the 60s and the good times we used to have and some of the principles, and kind of explain the difference between the youth now and Herbert, tell me whatever you want to talk about regarding to the 60s and building up hope for the youth today.
Well, I grew up in Hendersonville with Arthur Chisholm, and back in those days, we had parents that would make us work and go to school and Sunday school, and in the afternoon we come from school, we didn't have time to pray. We had to do chores around the house, and in the community it was, people could leave their door open, and we didn't have no stealing and no robbing, and everybody in the community, would raise your kids, If I do something bad, my neighbor could beat me, and my mama wouldn't say anything. But nowadays, you can't do that. So Hendersonville was a quiet community. After I graduated, I met this young lady, and I moved to Catholic Hill. We've been married about 31 years now, and I learned how to install carpet and hardwood floor and tile, and have my own business. And matter of fact, I built my own house of laying carpet and tile, and bought me a tractor and did a little farming.
Is this your tractor right here, Herbert?
That's my tractor behind me.
And this is the house that you built?
This is the house I built.
And you built this house out of your pocket with the money that you made, separate and aside from your job? What you call it, country boys call it, out of pocket?
Out of pocket. When I went to school, I took up carpentry in vocation, and I learned how to build, and thank God I did, because I built my own house and saved a lot of money. And I want to tell the young kids that, go to school and decide what you want to do when you get in the 11th, 12th grade, and set your mind to what you want to do, and pray and ask God to bless you and have faith. And you can be anything you want to be. If you want to be a doctor.
Wait a minute, Herbert. I don't believe this. Talk to me about this. You're actually telling me, and you're trying to tell these kids out there, that you can actually be anything that you want to be. Herbert, that's what you're trying to make us believe?
You can be anything you want to be if you want to be anything in life.
What does it take to make that happen, Herbert?
First, you got to trust God. You got to have faith in God and set your mind to where you want to be. And you got to work hard to be where you want to be. It's not going to be easy. Sometimes you could have hardship come up in learning, but you got to stick with it. And if you trust God and pray and ask God to give you the faith and the strength to go on, you can go on and be anything you want to be in life.
Herbert, you're trying to tell me now, wait a minute now. You're telling me that if I hang with all the boys on the corner, gamble in the woods like I used to do, you didn't do that, did you, Herbert?
Oh, no.
No. When we were coming up, Herbert, I think you used to come down in the woods with us.
Oh, no. My dad always
but when we were young, we used to just cock a hooky and go down in the woods and gamble.
Oh, no.
But that was way back. Forget about that. Strike. But anyway, Herbert, actually what you're telling me is you have to make up your mind what you really want to be and be serious about it, and you have to stick with it. Right. And things are going to get tough, right, but you have to already have a made-up mind. That's what you want to be. And you actually telling me if one sticks with it, that these things could actually happen. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes. You can't accomplish nothing in life by selling drugs and stealing and not getting a good education. You have to get a good education, and you can't hang with the boys on the corners. If they get in trouble, you're going to get in trouble too. So what you do, you set your mind where you want to be and you work toward that. But like I say, put God first, and whatever you want, it'll happen.
I believe you, Herbert. I really do. Because when I was a young boy, now I changed. I was bad. I had what you call nervous energy. My granddaddy used to say, boy, you ain't got to find trouble. It's looking for you. You just run right into it. But I changed. And everything Herbert is telling you is true. And I'm a testimony. If you really want to be something, all you have to do is make up your mind that's what you want to be. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't, you this, you that. Know in your mind and know in your heart, this is what you want. You go at it and it will happen for you. Herbert, I'm proud of you. Herbert built this house here, 2-story, out of his pocket. That's his tractor. And as Herbert told me, and I didn't have to have him tell me, Herbert don't go to the grocery store much. Herbert plants his own food. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard what I said? You need to get a garden. You heard it first on AC Fun Time Superstar. Herbert, is there any last comments, remarks?
Just like to say, my heart goes out to the young black boys because so many of them is going to jail and getting killed, and I just want to encourage them to start going to church and put God in their life and get away from drugs and drinking and gambling and all, and just focus on God, because time is winding up. You know, there's so many things happening, and time is winding up, and you don't want God to come and you're not ready. So I say to young boys and girls, get straight, because we never know when death's gonna knock on our door, and we want to be ready.
Not only that, you want a future. You don't want to be living tomorrow doing the same things you did yesterday. And I was a bad boy when I was young, but watch me now. And don't worry about people continue to try to make you remember what you used to be. Who you are now is not who you used to be, and you don't need anyone's approval to be what you want to be. Again, you heard it on AC Fun Time Superstar, and we'll see you on the other side.
Ain't no smiling faces, all right, lying to the races. Come on, somebody help me now. I'll take you there. Ooh, mercy, y'all. I'll take you there. Let me take you there. I'll take you there. Play your piano. All right now. Easy now, all right. Play your drum. Play your bass guitar. Hey, Maddie. Easy now, all
I am Friday with Chucktown Mobile Seafood. We're out here at the Moja finale tonight, and we're having a great time serving customers.
The food is excellent, and I got it from Chucktown.
Shrimp is good, and okra, and I got it from Chucktown.
Chucktown always has the best food in town.
Loving my fried okra and fried fish from Chucktown.
Come on. Hello, my name is Alton Walters. I'm from Hendersonville, South Carolina. It's a little city down here called Browntown Lane. This is really where I'm from. But anyway, we want to talk directly to the young ones today, that we want you to understand that you can be anything that you want to be. And especially if you know what you want to be and you know you cannot afford it, the very best thing for you to do is start working toward it. See, because once you start working towards something, you will come out successfully. But if no work, you don't gain anything. Okay?
Now, y'all all know we love Tupac and Biggie. I'm doing a song now called Smile, tribute to Tupac and Biggie, and off that Scarface track with Tupac called Smile. This is how boom, for my people's locked down and dead and gone. The struggle still continues on, so yet the world not known. AIDS full blown, scorn tone with broken homes. So yet the pandemonium with these ladies on our cellular phones as we mourn, hustle till mourn, just to keep it going, to keep the faith regardless of the hate. Try not to desolate as we carry on weight. Remember, life's a give and take, so be them demonstrators that will show to demonstrate. We're playing with male life as I live, never hesitate to break fools and be accountable for every mistake towards every rule. They say God is good, but the devil won't give us a break. You see the problem that comes from some of the non-established judgments they say that one did make, when in life you get one shot for every one take of every obstacle you do break. Boom, boom, smile for me, smile for everyone else too. Love y'all.
The first part of our show was for the youth, our youth. And now I'd like to play short clips from the play Just Wanna Testify, written by Elder Carly Town, co-host of AC Fun Time Superstar, Lisa Wineglass, director.
Oh, the high stuff won't kill up there. I ain't a preacher. I don't fool like no man. Yeah, man. I just thank God because He's just been so good to me.
No, go ahead, Auntie. We people, we for told around a lot of struggle.
I better sit down. This will be a minute.
And so we must always tour around the presence of God.
Yeah.
I say God.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I say sometimes.
Yeah.
We'll help them moan.
I get it. I understand.
I feel like we understand. Thank the Lord. I feel the spirit of it.
Yeah.
You got a spirit. Yeah. You won't even.
On the plains of the enemy, we rid the bar.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, I won't be destroyed.
Hold on.
Hold on. This cup make me think about one of my many favorite scriptures. Psalms, I got plenty. I got the word and you I sell these. I designed them so you can steep your soul in some good tea.
Yeah.
There is not one thing. Excuse me, baby. Excuse me, because see, Joe, I don't trust you.
I don't pretend to story. You want the food gap?
That girl is Okra princess.
Oh, really?
Any woman who marries a Nigerian man must know how to make okra soup right.
Yes, I have food stamps, honey, but I have a law degree. What do you have? You still got that condo in that puppy called Spot? Oh, yes. I want you to put your hands together and give a warm welcome for my big sister, Elder Carly Town.
For coming out. It was a wonderful night, but it wasn't a night that we wanted you just to laugh. We pray that you learned something. I pray that you find in your hearts to make this a better world by the things that we need to do. Because we need to have more conversations like these. We must have these conversations in order to heal. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce to you my co-host. I always call him my co-host, but I'm actually the co-host, Arthur Chisholm. And then we're going to introduce our honored guest, Queen Quet, Chiefess of the Gullah Geechee Nation.
I want to do this evening. All right. Walk here. When I got a right to the trio, I say, all right. All right. Thank you. That's why I talk. And wanted to know who Hunter B say. Hunter B Gullah Geechee. Say Gullah Geechee. Gullah Geechee. Say Gullah Geechee. Gullah Geechee. Say Gullah Geechee. Gullah Geechee. And now I want Hunter Tiller forgive me for Elder Carly who be. I just come back from the UN. I just come back from New York. I getting ready for go England. For always to represent who we be. But ain't nothing like coming back underneath these old trees. Where you can go down the duck road and things like that. And get people to crack to teach us so. Ain't one yet it out or the kind of thing you better yet it wall. When I go elsewhere, they ain't nothing study about that tall. Because the rest of the people they fight for who we be. And I done fight for we. So I'm so glad that Hunter left me. So glad that Hunter blessed me. And so glad to be back here. You know, Chuck, this is your time, but it's Chuck town. And so, we're talking about ESC one time, superstar and things like that. Ain't no Dr. Sean. Because we be gonna get you black gold, anointed people. And so, when we stand here, we don't stand here dry long so. We don't stand here because we ancestors them, the evil man, Dinka, Malinke, Yuriba, Gola, Gizi, Mendi, Tembi, Feet, God, all of them, the deem we. And when we don't stand, let us stand. When we don't lay down, you don't bring up shame. And no one thing is said. No, don't turn back, because you met with me shame. So we've been going forward all these areas here, and we have to keep on going forward. So that's why I thank God for the God to get you into that one family. And for all of them, what the lovely children of who we be. And a lot of them keep on shouting and things like that. Because Hunter sure have a shout sometimes. So this evening, I come here for shouting. I see some of y'all ain't never shouted in your life.
Well, I've had a wonderful time today, and I trust you enjoyed yourself. We are about to get up out of here. Ellicott Town, what you say? Can we get up out of here?
Yeah, we going to boogie on out.
See you on the other side. AC Fun Time Superstar. We got to go. I'm tired. I got to go. Up! Let's get out of here.
All aboard! For this stagecoach is about to move out. And it's for everyone that has potential and would love to be a superstar. Yeah, buddy, this stagecoach is leaving for Fun Timesville. And the Lord God is your driver to see that we have a safe trip. AC is your conductor. Come on, everybody.
Headed down to Funsville.
Come on.
Come on, take the ride if you will.
Everybody.
You don't have to worry
the
about
Lord God is your driver.
Just come on and get on board.
Ladies and gentlemen, no tickets will be accepted on this trip. You just sit back and ride. Get ready. Everybody put your hands together right about here. We're going to do a soul clap. Come on, everybody. We're going to ride. We're going to ride. We're going to ride. Soul clap. Soul clap. Get ready.
Headed down to Funsville.
Ride.
Come on, take the ride if you will.
Sit back.
You don't have to worry
the Lord God is your driver.
Just come on and get on board.
First stop, Columbia, South Carolina. Orangeburg and the surrounding area. Jetburg, Lansing, Somerville and the surrounding area. Georgetown, McClellanville, Mount Pleasant and 41. Look out, next stop, Orlando and the surrounding area. Coming downtown Charleston. North Charleston, West Ashland. Geechee Nation, us go rise up and us go extra shine. Get ready. Jones and Jones Island and the surrounding area. Waterloo Island, Red Top, Eddystone and the surrounding area.
Hollywood,
Allen Front and the surrounding area. Walterboro, Roundo, Cottage Hendersonville, Capitol Hill, Roadside, and everybody in the surrounding area. Get ready. Everybody put your hands together right about here. We're going to do a soul clap. Come on, everybody. We're going to ride. We're going to ride. We're going to ride. Soul clap. Soul clap. Gonna get you. Get ready. And God we trust. You'll have just got to